the idea that you can be lesser but still do more is so foreign to our culture, and I think it's valuable and it's something that we need to reclaim. What's going on, guys? It's John from Why Should I Read That, coming at you this week with the book Ego is the Enemy by Ryan Holiday. This book was published in June of 2016, and already, in my opinion, I think it's one of the great works on dealing with our egos, in not necessarily the Freudian sense, but ego in the sense of an unhealthy feeling of one's own importance, an unhealthy ambition, the arrogance that is so prevalent in our culture. So there's a couple good reasons why I believe this is a book that you should read, but Ryan Holiday breaks the book up into three divisions. He says that all of us find ourselves in one of these three areas. We're either aspiring to success, we've already succeeded and we're at the top, or we've suffered a failure, and that is our new paradigm. So he says in chapter 32 of this book, this is a great summation, he says that ego makes each of those stages harder, but it has the potential to make failure permanent. So from his perspective, and then from my perspective also as a reader, I was looking at it from my worldview. Now, he comes at things from a Stoic philosophy. People like Marcus Aurelius are great thinkers, Seneca, great thinkers in Stoic philosophy, but they are several thousand years old. And he brings it into our language today in ways that have examples, people like William Tecumseh Sherman and Howard Hughes and Steve Jobs and all these different people. And from my perspective as a Christian, he even shouts it out and says, Christians just look at the issue of ego and we term it pride. And Ryan Holiday says in chapter 9, you don't have to be a Christian to understand that pride, thinking that you are something that you're not, puffing yourself up, bringing yourself to a different level without actually backing it up. He says you don't have to be a Christian to understand and agree that that's not a very good idea. So why would you pick up Ego is the Enemy? Why, out of all the books out there, why should you check out this book? Well, there's a couple things. First of all, I would say that, actually this is the main reason, that it challenges the cultural narrative of ego being this valuable thing, your personal brand, your online persona, all the labels that we take for ourselves. For example, there's a great YouTube video I want to shout out for you guys. If you don't read the book Ego is the Enemy, go check out this video. It's called Instagram is Ruining Your Life. It's by Charlie over at Charisma on Command. Instagram is ruining your life. He talks all about how our online persona has become this housing place for our ego. And we love to put labels on ourselves and just do everything for the likes or doing it for the Vine. If you're doing it for the Vine, you're most likely just doing it for your ego. So go check out that video if you don't read the book, but think about it this way. Like, I put content on YouTube, and in our culture today, especially among people our age, our young 20s and all that sort of thing, there's tremendous prestige in saying, I'm a YouTuber. And I could take that label onto myself, but just because I put videos out there doesn't give me all that status. If I said that, it might be accurate, but I would be doing it mostly just to feed my own ego. I'd rather be able to point you guys to a book and have you go check this out because you brought value from this video. Hopefully I can say that in a non-egotistical way, right? So the other one is, people might ask, well, what about people like Steve Jobs or Kanye West or our current president-elect, Donald Trump? They seem to have huge, tremendous egos, and it's working out really well for them. What about those people? Well, here's the thing, and this is another video that I would recommend on this exact topic, but Ryan does a great job of breaking it down in the book. He says those people have succeeded in spite of their ego. Now, it might be a part of their personality, but we only recognize those people that are egotists when they succeed just because they've survived long enough. And that's where Derek Mueller, in the video called Survivor Bias on Veritasium, he talks about the fact that those people who've succeeded long enough, man, they have the ability to write the rules, and we don't see the many failures along the way who've failed because of their ego. So guys, that's just a big thing on my heart, and I really want to point out the fact that, hey, I'm talking about ego online and hopefully bringing value to you guys, but I really want to come from a place of just being a fellow traveler on this. It's not my desire to be an authority on the subject of ego or humility or anything like that. Humility, another great topic to dig into. We did a video on that a couple weeks ago. But go check out the book, Ego is the Enemy by Ryan Holiday. The idea that you can be lesser but still do more is so foreign to our culture, and I think it's valuable, and it's something that we need to reclaim. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Subscribe down below on YouTube, like the page on Facebook. I'll see you in a couple weeks for the next video. Catch you then.